From the Pro Image Group of Companies, Pro Sport, in conjunction with the Victorian Football League, presents Pro Football.
Hello and welcome once again to more great VFL action in pro football. This week we joined some 10,272 people at VFL Park for the clash between top side Hawthorn and a side that unfortunately has struggled this year, Melbourne. Many considered it would be a one-sided affair. In fact, one prediction from Lou Richards suggested that Hawthorn would win by a whopping 123 points. But then again, that's Lou. To the outcome? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Let's go to the opening bounce there at VFL Park, and with me in the commentary position is Bob Skilton.
Seven's big league cameras at VFL Park, and what can only be described in front of a most disappointing crowd. Whether that's the effect of the petrol strike or these two sides, who knows, but it is terribly disappointing. The Demons through Tony Campbell go into the half-forward line, but a good mark taken by Russell Green. We'll see Hawthorn repel. The Demons won the toss, kicked towards the freeway end, the Hawks towards the scoreboard end. We'll give you details of players in and out in just a moment, but I can tell you that Batterston, Dixon and Sizer for the Demons played in the twos. As for Hawthorn, Judge, Mew and Howard, as Grinter marks at the 50-metre line for Melbourne and a chance to put them deep into attack. Well, they've had the super sopper out to work, and you can see its effects there. Looks as though he's standing in a sandpit, but it might not be too bad. The sun's shining now. He's right on the 50-metre line. It's going to go deep into the square, length it over the top, gets a fist to it, and it goes through for one behind. So first score for the day to the Demons. And in bright sunshine, we'll see Gary Ayres bring the ball back into play, and we welcome once again to the microphone Robert Skilton. Bob, interchange players.
For Melbourne, Connolly and Richards. For Hawthorn, Kennedy and Robertson. Sandy?
Ball on the outer side of the ground. No one able to pick it up. It goes over the line once again on the outer side of the ground. I would estimate the crowd, as I said, disappointing, but probably, well, I don't know, Robert, here. I mean, are we talking 5,000 or 6,000? Or am I exaggerating?
Well, it's a little bit more than that, I think, Sandy.
Do you think?
No, it might make 9 or 10.
For the legs. Is the throw in at the outer side of the ground.
Disappointing anyway.
Very disappointing. 14
Let's
is
face it,
Greg
we do
Beard.
have the best side in the competition here. Who they're playing does not matter. It is the best side in the competition, and they have proved that right throughout the year. It's not as though they've had a big win last week or anything else. They have proved themselves to be top of the competition, and deservedly so. And to get a crowd like this, when it's not raining, it's a perfect day from a spectator point of view. As Di Pierdomenico kicks the ball off the ground, Platten gets a push in the back, and the excellent South Australian, one of the rare South Australians to really put his body in, show courage and ability as well. And it's John Platten who gives it across to Michael Tuck. Tuck goes short, looking for Dunstall. Too high for Dunstall. At the back, Lester Smith picks it up, goes goalward and puts it through for first goal of the game.
So Rod Lester Smith would be enjoying that particular moment after a good performance in the State of Origin match on Tuesday, in which Victoria were again beaten. And we see Lester Smith continuing on that form. Bob Skilton has just broken his pen, lost his team sheets and fallen on the hole.
I'm a Victorian and I love to win. And
It's been a while then, hasn't it?
we were beaten by a better side.
Again, centre bounce.
The time before South Australia fluked us.
Centre bounce, as I said. No harm done. Richards' hurry kick taken by Tuck. Tries to get the handball clear. Can't do so. The hurry kick goes down towards the half-forward line. And a good mark. He started well, Tony Campbell. He's at the 50-metre line.
A loose play.
And they've got an excellent opportunity of the quick answer here, as Healy is probably 35 to 40 metres out, perhaps 40 by the time he kicks it. He's going to give himself a long run in, as you can see over that 50-metre line. But no breeze here, none whatsoever. So 40 metres out, the drop punt on its way. Has he answered the challenge? I think he has. And the Demons break through and, in fact, hit the lead by a point. 1-1 plays one straight goal on Sevens Big League, with Healy kicking his first.
And when we saw Lester Smith down there, Lester Smith is actually at centre-half forward, Sandy, with Dermot Brereton in the forward pocket. It's a surprising move. I don't know about what you think.
Very surprising, although...
Would it be that they're experimenting a little bit?
With Brereton or Lester Smith?
Lester Smith, I think. You don't have to experiment with Dermot, do you?
I don't know, after Tuesday. From the centre bounce, the Demons go into attack once again, down towards full forward, fisted down. Is Wilson waiting down? He is. Tries to get the hand pass out. It's good. Here they go. The hurried kick smothered off the boot. But another opportunity comes the way of Steve Newport. Puts it in towards the square. Under plenty of pressure is Tuck. Gets it out wider. And the Hawks through Chris Langford. Back towards the half-back line, and Peter Curran taking a diving mark. Curran plays on straight away. Almost caught him unawares. It's going to go back to Curran. Why they didn't kick it. Down towards centre wing and over the line for another throw. So on the outer side of the ground, Deer. No one able to get it away clearly. Richard Loveridge just puts the hand through the loss and says, all right, obviously going to have another bounce. Let's get on with it. 50 for the Demons is Brett Lovett.
Ex-Hawthorn player, Sandy.
Yes,
captain of the thirds.
Big number to carry. The kick comes high. Wilson over the top to effect the spoil. And the umpire said the free kick will go the way of Hawthorn. So who's going to take it? Going short towards centre wing, and a very lacklustre opening 5 minutes. Schwab. Oh, dangerous here. Pushed wide. An opportunity for the Demons to clear. In it once again was Tony Campbell. His handball was partly smothered. They bottle it up very quickly. Loveridge is at the back of the pack. Picks it up now. Goes down towards full forward. And the mark. Lester Smith again. I think it could be a free kick, Bob, because he was obviously pulled from the shoulder. So Rod Lester Smith will have his shot for his second goal. He must be wondering what's earth's going on, Bob.
You're right, Sam. Yes, I think it's a good move because, you know, it may well be that under pressure in the finals, they might need more than just Dermot Brereton down there as Lester Smith goes goalwards, and there's his second goal of the game.
What are you saying? Dermot can't handle the finals?
Dermot can, but they might need somebody else. So if Jason Dunstall gets injured or whatever it might be, Dermot.
Why experiment with Dermot?
Not experimenting with Dermot, they're experimenting with Lester Smith.
They're pushing him out of half forward, and they've pushed him into a pocket.
He can play anywhere.
I agree with that. That's why I'm wondering what on earth he put.
I am a Brereton fan, Sandy. I'm not suggesting.
Then why not leave him there where he can play? And if you want to experiment,
he can also play at full forward, and so why not try and find out whether Lester Smith can do the job at centre half forward? I agree with what they've done.
Well, let's not argue, otherwise we'll never get to see it.
Lester Smith taps it down from Cordner. Cordner picks it up, loses it. The loose ball comes out. Melbourne doing well. It comes out to Stretch. A hand pass over the top. Wilson takes it. His hand pass put all day under all sorts of pressure. And we find the pack forming up. Look like Lyon coming through, and so a bounce will take place just wide of the centre circle. In fact, midway between centre circle and centre square line.
Bobby, we didn't see the Demons last week, but they've obviously come out with a fair amount of enthusiasm and saying, right, let's see if we can set the record straight.
I think that usually happens, Sandy, after a debacle like obviously happened last week. And you do catch teams on the rebound, as Langford came down and couldn't get the ball clear. Umpire Howlett coming in to indicate that he bounced the ball as Brett Bailey brings himself up from the bottom of the pack, and a bounce will take place midway between centre of the ground and centre wing.
For the Demons on the interchange bench, it's Seymour and Shepard. The country area is being well represented. Russell Richards and Chris Connolly. as the Hawks go down towards Dermot Brereton, waiting down his plat, picks it up now, tries to scoop out the hand pass. It was like lightning. It's with him once again, and he does it once again to the Rocket Eade, out to the half-forward line. Peter Curran won't try and pick it up. Sockers off the ground, cleverly done so. Dunstall, and then back to Curran. His kick smothered. The only one left standing up is Curran as they pounce upon it now, and another bounce to take place. Chris Whitman, wearing 31 for the Hawks, out on the ground. Just about on the 50-metre line for Hawthorn. They lead at the moment by 5 points. Oh, Rod Lester-Smith having a picnic down here across the plat. Dippy's going to have a shot. Robert Dippy Domenico fires it. No, Dippy. A point only.
Very poor.
Oh. The health food and weightlifting king, the fitness king, is Dippy. So it's 1-1 Melbourne. Hawthorn are 2 goals to 1. They're in plenty of trouble here. Can David Allday get them out of it? In fact, they're going to finish up out of trouble. Through handball comes towards Ricky Jackson, former Geelong West player. Or Wilson went up a mile too early towards the centre of the ground, and a chance once again for the Hawks to get out of strife towards half forward. Curran waits at the back. Dermot tries to tap it over him, does so too. Lester-Smith was on the end of that chain of handballs, has possession now, in trouble, so he tries to get the handball quickly across, close to the boundary line.
Free kick to Loveridge.
Free kick going the way of Richard Loveridge. Didn't he come from Geelong West? I saw Kevin O'Neill almost.
Came right through the under-19s and was, I think, captain of Richmond under-19s.
Some of his best friends, though, came from Geelong West. Still goes down there a lot.
Glad to hear that.
Full forward. Buckenara scouting the back. Another bounce.
Well, the bounce to take place 15 metres out from the Hawthorn goal. Hawthorn on 2-1-13. Melbourne 1-1-7. 10.5 minutes into the first turn. Ball thrown up. It's tapped towards Buckenara. Snap from Buckenara. Well, one could say he kicked them for Western Australia, but not for Hawthorn. I'm not being critical.
You love it. So it's 2-1, playing 1-1.
As Sean White puts the ball back into play. Dia taps the ball down. DP Domenico gets the hand pass to Buckenara. Swings the ball over the shoulder. Tuck. Punched the ball, punched away. Taken by Wallace. Wallace puts the ball across the ground. And the mark taken by Whitman. Now, I think Whitman's lined up on the wing, Sandy. It's a bit of an unusual position for Whitman.
He's less than 50 metres out, almost directly in front, and a chance to put the Hawks 2 goals clear. Gets behind a drop punt, and it's a good-looking kick. He's made no mistake about that. 3-1, plays 1-1 on Sevens, big league, and Whitman kicks his first.
Not a big crowd. Was a shot of the crowd.
All of them?
Almost all. A very disappointing crowd. And I think that Hawthorn are one of the best sides in the competition to watch, and I just can't understand why people do not want to watch them.
Well, we can't get petrol in their cars.
Might help today, but I'm talking generally, Sandy.
Here's the centre bounce. And from the centre, the Demons through Gary Lyon, trying to go forward. He affects the handball, but it's Wallace who intercepts, props the ball and stops it in the centre of the ground. And so another ball up will take place. Willow Wilson, hands on hips. Demon fans will be delighted to see him coming back to his Brownlow best. A ball up. There's a decision there. Dippy can't take it at the first attempt. Rocket Rodney Eade pushes it back. There was an airy there by Deere.
Sandy, the most surprising move, and I understand correctly because you never quite know where players are actually playing, but it does look to me as though Gary Lyon is in the centre for Melbourne.
Well, keep an eye on him. It's with him now. His kick is smothered. Jarrett can't help him. Jarrett, I think, was named in the centre. O'Sullivan's hurried kick goes out towards the half-forward line for the Demons, but it's Buckenara who picks it up. Lester-Smith having a field day down in there at forward line. He's saying to Alan Jenkins, what are we doing in defence when we can be down here?
Well, I think you'll find that Jarrett is going wherever Michael Tuck goes, and that does leave the centre vacant for Melbourne, and I'd be very, very surprised if it's not Gary Lyon who's in there.
Okay, well, it's Hawthorn to go forward once again. Free kick going the way of the man we so often see
And who's on his mark? Gary Lyon.
Yep.
So it really does look as though Wallace and Lyon are opponents.
Tuck runs into trouble. Curran pushed out of it. In fact, I don't. Yes, and will get the free kick. So Peter Curran to go down into Hawthorn's forward line once again from the edge of the square. He tries a torp high. No one waiting down, so Curran bursts his way through once again, tries to get the handball out, does so through to Loveridge. Here's the hurried kick by Deere in towards full forward. Waiting at the back, it goes over the back and through for another behind. Rushing past with it was Sean White. So another point goes on the board for the D's. For the Hawks, 3-2. Melbourne, 1-1. We sat at table 14 at lunch. I got nothing but Bob Skilton all day. And of course he was one of the more successful coaches since the Smith era at Melbourne, and I just haven't heard anything else, so forgive me if I do talk about the Demons as Gary Buckenara takes a fine.
Not one of the more successful.
The most successful. It's unbelievable. It still hasn't stopped. Buckenara. Modesty blaze. He's 45 metres out. He's a great kick at goal. Sometimes. So he's off target this time. And that gives you a good idea of the slope of this ground here at VFL Park, because it really does curve. 3-3 the Hawks, the Demons are 1-1. Straight down the middle, and it's a lovely kick. Lyon couldn't take the mark. Pushed wide once again. Here's an opportunity for Loveridge. Gets it clear. Back to him once again.
Beautiful play.
In towards goal, but deserved that. Another point.
I think the only fault with Richard Loveridge's play is his disposal, Sandy, but what great play by Buckenara, the way he just tapped that back. No attempt to take it. White puts the ball back into play and finds Stephen Stretch.
Well, he's been in form since whipping Victoria.
So Stretch puts the ball up towards centre wing, and a nice mark taken by Campbell. Campbell well up the ground, so obvious that Melbourne are having trouble getting the ball towards half forward. His hand pass taken by Jarrett. Jarrett's kick punched away that time by Langford, picked up by Whitman. Whitman goes short, finds Platt, who'll play on immediately, comes across the ground. It's all Hawthorn.
Look at them, look at them.
Talk. And it's Tuck. Fine. Di Pierdomenico leaving it for Tuck, who gives it to Di Pierdomenico, breaks the tackle, gives it across to Tuck, smothered off the boot though, and the ball picked up by Zantuck. Zantuck goes wide. A lovely kick finds Healy. Greg Healy, a hand pass over the top, finds Jarrett. Jarrett coming through the centre of the ground, puts it wide. Too far that time for Turner. Racing after it, Green. The hand pass over the top from Russell Green finds Chris Langford. Langford's got Di Pierdomenico wide on centre wing. He has time to miss the ball completely, recover, give the hand pass across to Green. He'll give it over the top. No, he will this time give it over the cross to Wallace. Wallace goes short, straight onto the chest of Dunstall. Lovely play by Hawthorn.
Jason Dunstall, 40 metres out, almost directly in front. Hasn't goal to date. Lester Smith has kicked 2, Chris Whitman 1. Jason Dunstall has just recorded his first. And Hawthorn's first. 4th. As they move to 4-4. 28, Melbourne are 1-1-7.
Sandy, I thought that was beautiful, the way you interviewed Jason Dunstall about the chance of a game going to Queensland. And
he didn't know what was happening, did he?
I really thought that was absolutely great last week, and it was great to see one of what I would term not the bigger name players win the car.
He was absolutely
good luck,
right.
Jason Dunstall.
Yep, he couldn't believe it. He was shaking for about 10 minutes afterwards as Platt brings the Hawks with a long torp up towards him once again to fall forward over the top of Brereton goes. Now the Demon defence are having to work hard, and they do too. The handball comes wide. It came from Shane Zantuck, and an opportunity for them to clear down towards the centre wing. It's given across to Steve Newport. Newport does the triangle back towards Allday. Allday's under pressure, so too is Turner, and eventually it goes over the line and out of bounds, and full credit to Chris Langford.
I thought the endeavour was good by Melbourne there, Sandy, but we just saw the difference in skill level.
Throw in centre wing. No effective away. Willow Wilson on the second attempt picks it up, goes to half forward. The bounce, Abbott, Langford, wide, indoors towards Green. Langford again. Oh, careful. He does it beautifully. Across the centre, he's got Buckenara clear. Away goes Bucky, up towards the half-forward line. Out comes the lead. No one able to take the mark. Dunstall was up first. Brereton slips at the critical stage. Can he recover? No, he can't. And the Demons will get out of trouble. Out wide towards centre wing. The hurried kick goes back towards the half-forward line. And a good mark taken on the last line of defence for the Demons by Andrew Dale. He's another new player.
So Dale puts the ball short. Not a well-placed kick, but it's picked up by O'Sullivan, the former Assumption College youngster. No longer a youngster in league football. Puts it forward. Gwinter couldn't take the mark. Bailey gets it back to Gwinter, but I think umpire Cameron has decided it was a throw, and so the ball comes back and goes to Rodney Eade, who comes across in towards the centre and finds Michael Tuck under a bit of pressure from Jarrett. Oh, I thought it would have been a mark or a free kick, one or the other. But it doesn't really matter.
So, ball up, virtually in the middle. Thanks, Bob.
Sandy Roberts starts to smile. Platten puts the ball off the ground because the South Australians gotten it forward. Punched away by Russell Green. Good play. Deep here to Domenico, taps it wide. Platten picks it up, gets a hand pass to Wallace. Beautiful football. Wallace puts the ball forward. Over the back it comes. Loveridge a chance. Overruns the ball. Kicked off the ground by Lovett. Lovett taps the ball towards the boundary line. It could be deemed deliberate, but I don't think the umpire's going to pay it. And so we find the ball to be thrown in 45 metres out from the Hawthorn goal. Hawthorn 4-4, 28, Melbourne 1-1-7, 20 and a half minutes into the first term.
All day, Healy, Zantuck, Melbourne out of trouble. Towards Wilson. Thumped away from him, pushed down in front. Jarrett goes to ground. No one able to get it clear. Lester Smith is taken out of it. Wilson at the bottom of the pack tries to get the handball clear to Campbell. Helping him is Lyon, hurriedly onto the left foot. He goes up towards the half-forward line. Plenty of jostling there, but a strong mark taken once again by Russell Green. So the school teacher goes into... Well, Loveridge is having a veritable picnic. Quick handball back. And the big fella's doing well too. Now the half-forward line over the head of Dipier Domenico. Waiting there is Platten. So too Lester Smith had come out. But the Demons were able to bottle it up. That's Shane Zantuck picking himself up from the mud. And another bounce. There he is with Johnny Platten. Deer straight to Zantuck. O'Sullivan a chance. Away from Whitman. To the half-forward line, but towards the boundary line, although it's not going to move, it's just going to sit. Abbott. Oh, does it well as he taps it back. Now, Tuck's waiting in the middle, but he elects to go a little further forward. Lester Smith was the target. Couldn't take the mark, and this could let the Demons in here. It does as the sweeping hand pass comes clear. It came from Jarrett across to Wilson, up towards the half-forward line. No one at home here. Gwinter will go over the top. Yes, he does now, and here is the Demons' second. Kick for them by Steve Turner. Turner takes Melbourne to 2-1. 13, trailing Hawthorn 4-4, 28 on 7's big lead.
That came from a fumble by the Hawks, and you really wonder just when the Hawks do make those odd mistakes. They made the mistake, and there's the player who finished with the goal, Steve Turner. Excellent play as Melbourne took full advantage of that fumble, and Turner on the end of a string of hand passes in the goal square to just finish it off.
Centre bounce once again. We've played just on 22 and a half minutes of this first term here at VFL Park, with the Hawks lead by 15 points. All Day wins it. The hurried kick for the Demons came from Ricky Jackson down to the half-forward line. Here's another one if they're good enough, as the shot in towards full forward, however, is off target. Steve Turner getting back there. It had gone, well, it hadn't gone over the line, and the Hawks were able to repel the attack. But a good foray forward as we see Hawthorn out of trouble through Paul Abbott. Now Green to Dipier Domenico. Dippy, can you pick it up? Have you got the strength to get clear? 1, 2, 3. He has. Still Dippy keeps going. In towards the forward line. Looking for Dermot Brereton. Over the back. Lester Smith. A sweeping hand pass towards Peter Schwab, but it put him under pressure. And it could be Zantuck who gets the handball away. And the Demons are out of trouble. Back towards the half-back line. Waiting down in front was Platten. Thrown out by Lester Smith. Good interception. Sees Melbourne bring it back towards the wing. The hurried kick by Ricky Jackson, pushed towards the line and eventually over for another throw-in. They're certainly applying plenty of pressure to them at the moment, even though Hawthorn lead by 15 points. Is the throw-in once again.
Nothing wrong with their endeavour, Sandy, as Lyon should have been penalised, but it's called play on. It comes to DP Domenico, having an absolute picnic at the moment. Over the head that goes of Lester Smith. Lester Smith and Corden are both there, and I think you'll finish up with a bounce, because I don't think they'll get it clear of this. And so up by Cameron Nguiz, he will throw the ball up, I would imagine, 65 metres out from goal. That's exactly what he does. Greg Dean taps it forward, taken by Cordner. A high floating kick. It's all Melbourne. And Jackson left it because he was called to leave it. Kicked off the ground by Lyon. Richards on the ground. Puts the kick forward. Wilson on his own. Loose defence by Hawthorn as Wilson gives the hand pass out. And we find O'Sullivan putting it forward, looking there for Turner, but out in front of Turner. A nice mark taken by Chris Langford.
Having a big year, isn't he?
Playing excellent football. He comes across the ground. And talk about big years. Look at the Hawthorn Rovers. We've got Loveridge putting the ball forward, and it's Wallace now who gives it across to Eade. Loveridge I was talking about.
Well, they have two Rovers.
Platten now takes the mark on centre wing.
So Johnny Platten to the half-forward line. Oh, there's a free kick to Buckenara, surely. It will be from the 50-metre line. Now
against the South Australian.
He could just about kick this. To West Australia.
Against the South
I know that, but you talk about all your Victorians. Where are they? No mark, and it's a play. They will have to have a truce or a pact or something, Robert, because it's getting too much.
All right, I'll give up.
I was hoping you might. 2-1 plays 4-5 as we go into time on by almost half a minute.
Because Platten's your only ammunition.
So have you ever heard of Malcolm Blight? You never saw Barry Robin as the Demons bring it back into, well, not over here, over the line on centre wing.
Robin was the best player I've ever seen outside of Victoria, Sandy. He didn't come to Victoria, and Malcolm Blight always excited me as a footballer.
That's right. Loveridge at the bottom of the pack. Wilson, a chance now for Melbourne. Willow gets it quickly onto the boot, but it's going to go out of bounds on the full. And Robert Di Domenico will bring it back onto play just on the defensive side of centre. And he's kicking into a very congested area. Brereton's the target, and he finds Dermott. So the shopkeeper in towards the pocket, going desperately close to the line. Eventually over and another throw-in to take place. So 9 scoring shots to 3, favouring Hawthorn. They lead by 16 points. We're into the 27th minute of this first term. Deer in front once again. Lyon gets a hurried kick. Doesn't gather a great deal of distance. Di Domenico can't deflect it. Neither can Melbourne's Brett Bailey. Goes through strongly, trying to push it forward. And I think maybe on the receiving end of a free kick. He's on the half-back line. So Bailey looking towards the centre, but Hawthorn are playing. Abbott, Green, Wallace. It's just a chain of hand passes. On the end of it is Chris Langford. Long towards the half-forward line. Peter Curran waits down. What's he got up forward? Dermott Brereton's there at full forward if he wants him. If he can get there, he can't. He elects to go short. And the goal-kicking sensation of the first quarter, Rod Lester Smith. Well, the Social Club will not hear the end of it if Rod kicks this one. 3 for a quarter. There's the drop punt. It's going to drop short. Brereton tries desperately to get in front, then scoops it out to Platten. Hooks it over his shoulder and has got it. Great goal, Johnny Platten. That silence you can hear has been brought to you by Bob Skilton.
I'm a Platten fan, Sandy, you know that. I don't think you need comment on goals like that. Excellent roving and beautiful snap.
So 28.5 minutes have almost elapsed in this first term. Hawthorn leading 5-5 to Melbourne's 2-1 as we go back for the centre bounce once again. Who can take it out of the middle? It's Abbott with a second to tap. who's effective, but he hasn't found a Hawthorn Guernsey on that occasion. Russell Richards is working hard in the mud, still going, played Russell as he goes to the half-forward line. Sheer persistence got him through that. Out comes Langford. This man has not been beaten for weeks. To the half-forward line, and a strong mark taken by Bertie. Says, oh, I like this, I'll play on. Does so, across to Lester Smith. Now this will be number 3, surely to goodness, and he's gold, and Hawthorn are running clear. 6-5 plays 2-1 on the siren here at VFL Park. Into the second term here at VFL Park, and it's Hawthorn going in with a lead 6-5 to the Demons 2-1. Repelling Hawthorn's early attack is Tony Campbell with a high kick towards the half-forward line. Bailey was the target. He couldn't take the mark, and the Hawks through Peter Schwab are able to come away once again. From behind is Dippy Domenico. Support from Peter Curran. Shrugs one tackle. Curran's kick high towards the full forward line. Dunstall forced on the defensive. Waiting down is Brereton. Dummies beautifully. Steadies. Fires at goal. But Dermot, you've gone right across the face of goal, and 1 point only goes on for the score. 6-6. Hawthorn, Melbourne at 2-1. Free kicks going the way of the Hawks in the first term, 8-2. The Hawks leading handsomely in the marking department in the first term, 24-11. On the 50-metre line, Allday dropped it. Oh, and he's going to be free kicked. Elwell's not in possession. So there we go. David Allday out wide. Now here's a chance for Melbourne to clear through Alan Jarrett. Oh, he's a senior player, and he was woken up this time. Don't bounce it in these conditions. Put ball to ground. He does so. The sweeping hand pass comes up towards the half-forward line, but they can't do anything right at the moment. It leg break and went out of bounds, so a throw-in to take place 60 metres out from Melbourne's scoring zone, and they trail at the moment 13-42.
So from the throw-in, Langford takes it. Kick smothered off the boot. Could be a free kick to Tuck. No, Platten picks the ball up. Hand passes to Abbott. Abbott gives the ball out to Langford, who goes long. And a good mark taken by Gary Buckenara. Hawthorn doing as they like as they come back. Actually went back down the ground. And the kick taken by Russell Green, who drives it forward. It drops short. And Dunstall takes a nice mark. So excellent play by Hawthorn. Buckenara took the ball, went backwards really, but we had Russell Green streaming down the ground, and he put the kick forward, and we find Dunstall going for his second goal. Very close to the man on the mark, and as a result, only 1 point. So not good, not a good kick from Jason Dunstall on that time. Hawthorn in complete control at the moment, Sandy.
Yes, they are at the moment as the kick comes back to Stephen Stretch. He marks in the back pocket. Stretch with Deere on the mark, not sure what to do. Gives the hand pass back to Shane Zantuck, runs over the 50-metre line, can drift the Demons up towards centre wing. Does so. Peter Curran can't get there in time. And the mark taken by O'Sullivan. Platten covering Healy. So O'Sullivan will look towards half-forward. He does so now. Oh, Dippy comes in from one side. Can't take the mark. Wallace lends support. Campbell is there to intercept for the Demons. Goes long. That's a good penetrating kick up towards full forward. But once again, Chris Langford is there to repel the attack. Goes short this time. There are loose players everywhere as far as Hawthorn are concerned. Chris Whitman receives. Whitman steadies, floats a drop punt up towards Dermot Brereton. In front of him is Buckenara, and it's just a matter of numbers. Now he can kick into a vacant square if he likes. No, he'll give it across to Michael Tuck. Tuck accelerates away. Loveridge shepherding helps. Tuck's kick in towards goal. Looks good. And it's a goal. So Hawthorn carrying on in the second term as they did the first. 7-7 plays 2-1 on Seven's big league.
Yes, and as Stuart Spencer said at the luncheon prior to the game, Sandy, that in the latter years, then the club that anyone should mould themselves on have certainly been Hawthorn, and I think everyone concurred with what Stuart Spencer said.
Yes, they've certainly been the form side this year.
That's on and off the field.
Yes, couldn't agree more. In fact, they've been a wonderful team over the past few years now. On the centre bounce, Healy couldn't take it away. O'Sullivan also. And trying to barge his way through, I reckon. Well, he was the only one that really had a go.
Umpiring.
Dippy's got ping, can you believe it?
Umpiring like that just annoys you.
No, it annoys you. To centre wing. Richards. Now,
Yeah,
were
he
you
was
off, Russell?
Of course he was off.
The umpire says no, so he goes to full forward. The Demons want a goal and want it badly. Pushed down in front. Here's their opportunity as Grinter's hurried kick goes towards goal. It's going to be true, I think. Yes, it is. It bounces through. So Rodney Grinter, garbologist extraordinaire, posts his first and a much-needed one for the Demons. 3-1, plays 7-7 on Sevens Big League.
Which counts it?
I don't know, but there's a cover. His first.
So it is Grinter and Gary Ayres. Grinter of Melbourne, Ayres of Hawthorn. Grinter basically playing full forward with Turner out and in the forward pocket. Langford playing on Turner, and so Gary Ayres playing on Grinter. From the bounce, Tuck takes it away. The hand pass towards Platten, who picks it up beautifully. A lovely hand pass to DP Domenico, who drives it long. Coming across, Melbourne's defender in Sean White. White goes short and wide out towards the half-back flank, and the mark is taken there by Russell Richards. Richards, uncertain what he's going to do. Now in towards the centre of the ground, punched away by Deere, tapped on by Tuck. Platten gets a hand pass through to Swab. Swab does likewise to Wallace. He puts the kick forward. Lester Smith up high, it comes through, taken by Campbell, who looks like he's playing in defence now. Campbell's kick up, looking for Lyon, over the top of Lyon. It's taken by Bailey. Bailey's hand pass finds Gary Lyon. Lyon goes towards Cordner at half forward, and so it's probably Cordner and Campbell who've swapped. Platten, beautiful play, gives the hand pass to Green. It comes across to Langford from Abbott, from Deere I should say, back to Langford. Langford now puts the ball forward, overrun. DP Domenico swings it back. Loveridge was held, tripped. Lyons gets a hand pass in. All Day taps the ball forward, taken by Jackson. Across now to Jarrett. Jarrett drives a long kick out wide where Melbourne have Turner all on his own. Turner plays on, comes across towards centre half forward, comes back the wrong way, and the ball taken away that time by Swab. Swab in towards the centre of the ground. Wallace does well to trap the ball beautifully, puts it out wide. Brereton, the player he's looking for, and Dermot Brereton takes it. Plays on, gets a hand pass in. Poor play by Brereton. It's picked up by White. A beautiful tackle by Dunstall. Comes out again, a good piece of play, and White gets it to Lovett. Lovett short kick, floats forward, picked up by Whitman. Whitman puts the long kick forward. Lester Smith has the ball punched away by Campbell, picked up by Dale. Dale gets it across the Stretch. Stretch goes short and finds Jarrett, who can't quite take the mark. Recovers well, kicks it off tried to kick it off the ground, well smothered by DP Domenico, who finishes with a free kick. DP Domenico having an absolute picnic.
Yeah, that was great play by Dippy as he goes short to Rockety. Don't tell me he's going to have a shot. No, Lester Smith, 3 goals in the first term. Not another one here. Across to Loveridge under pressure. Snaps at goal, but is off target. 1 point. So Richard Loveridge adds to Hawthorn's score. It moves to 7-8-50. 31-point leaders over Melbourne, 3-1-19. And we've only played just over 8 minutes of this second term here at VFL Park. Lyon trying to spoil Curran. He has support, however, through Wallace. Pushes it in towards the pocket. Curran sends it further forward. Dunstall tries to push it into full forward. Can't do so. Back to Wallace again. His kick was well smothered. Well played on that occasion by the Demons. It finishes it up with Lyon. Lyon goes for the hurried pass out towards Healy, and he takes the mark at centre wing.
Wouldn't you have thought Terry Wallace would have got up and chased that, Sandy?
Oh, he's a go, isn't he? Healy short to Lyon. Or plays on. Connolly under pressure. Whitman over the top. Platten is clear. Can't get the handball away as Healy picks it up. Healy from centre wing. Spirals one in towards half forward as the sun comes out. And the mud here at VFL Park will appreciate that as Green goes to Loveridge. Loveridge, long. Dunstall the target. Richards from behind. Dunstall's got Lester Smith down in front. Look at the pace of this defender. He check sides in towards Brereton, who takes the mark. Great check side.
What's that mean?
I thought you might have learned it from Jack Oatey. In fact, I think you did. So, Dermot Brereton. 30 metres out. One of the Peninsula's more fashion shop owners. Hasn't goaled to date. Brereton's kick on its way is good. He kicks his first. And Hawthorn's 8. They move to 8-8, leading Melbourne 3-1 on Sevens Big League. And a change being made as far as the Demons are concerned.
He's not too good, White.
No, he's limped from the ground, has left it now, not on camera, and coming on to replace him is Stephen Newport.
His leg certainly doesn't look white.
Special comments from Bob Skilton.
Centre bounce all day against Deer. From the bounce. Taken by Lyon. His kick smothered. Loveridge gets a short kick forward. Buckenara taps the ball on. And held, when not in possession of the ball, is Gary Lyon, who goes for the hand pass. Beautifully smothered by DP Domenico.
He's having a feel.
Hand passes forward. Cop one too high. And I reckon it's Christmas and birthday. And one as DP Domenico puts it forward. A beautiful pass. Finds Lester Smith, who's kicked 3 goals so far.
Actually, Rod would be wondering how good's this.
You want to play centre-half forward all the time, Sandy.
Alan Jeans moved him. He ignores the lead of Buckenara. Says, no, I'm enjoying this taste of goals.
Getting goal hungry.
And look at that. Do you blame him? Straight through the middle for goal number 4. And Rod Lester Smith having a field day, and the Hawk fans loving it. 9-8 plays 3-1 on Sevens Big League.
Rod Lester Smith. A little bit of mud out there. And, so the conditions underfoot aren't quite as good as they may look on screen. It's probably the worst I've seen VFL Park for some time.
Well, up until today, Rod Lester Smith in his football career had kicked 12 goals. So far today, he's kicked 4. So the record books are going to be rewritten in the Lester Smith household. And make no bones about that as Rocket Rodney receives a Buckenara to Platten. And Platten marks. He can run through the mud like a tractor. Brereton, the target. Curran waiting down. Snaps towards goal. The bounce. It's good. Another one. And the Hawks starting to have a field day as Peter Curran kicks his first and his side's 10th. 10-8 plays 3-1 on Sevens Big League.
Melbourne have added 1 goal in this term, Sandy, whilst Hawthorn have put 4 goals on the board, and that's in 12.5 minutes of play. And there's Peter Curran, an excellent half forward. There's a real competitor, an excellent mark, and when the ball hits the ground, he's in there competing equally as well.
68 plays 19. Are you going to work out the maths then, will you, Bob?
No, I just think I'd rather be on Hawthorn than on Robinson.
It's coming from one of their more successful coaches too. Oh, I think he thought about playing on. Does so now. Here they go again. It's Wilson who's trying to repel it and does so with a high kick out towards centre wing. Eade leading in the race for the ball. Can't snare it. Bailey beats him. Picks it up. Goes to the half-forward right area. Tuck is there out in front and sees it over the line for Hawthorn. Well, you talk about players with milestones and you think of Bruce Dool particularly today, who's playing his 350th, but hasn't this man contributed, Michael Tuck?
Well, they're in the same category, Sandy. Yep. They're just 2 players now. Both Dool and Tuck who have just performed week in, week out, year in, year out.
Eade to Green. To the half-forward line. Platten trying to thump it clear, but I think he may have infringed. He has, in fact, on that occasion. And Shane Zantuck to be the recipient of the free kick. 15 from that area is no problem. Towards the centre. Lester Smith, who's absolutely everywhere. Waiting at the bottom of the pack was Ricky Jackson. And he's going to get a free kick for a push. In fact, Jackson left that centre area, and it was Brett Bailey Well, he plays on quickly. Now, that's a shocking kick. It has gained absolutely nothing. Zantuck will be first to pick it up. He's under pressure, gets a left foot kick up towards the half-forward line, and there we see Whitman take it over the line. So, yet another throw-in. 14.5 minutes played. 19 plays 68, Hawthorn level.
Throw-in midway between centre wing and half-forward flank for Melbourne. Taken by Wallace. Wallace, a hand pass wide to Eade. Eade looks to put it towards centre half forward. All day couldn't take the mark. Platten gets the hand pass in. Picked up by Deere. Deere snaps it over the shoulder. Stretch, a great effort. Oh, pay the effort from there.
Jeez.
Platten now comes out. Now that to me was worth it, from just purely and silly because of the effort of Stephen Stretch. As the ball comes in and Wilson takes the mark after Richard put the ball forward. Wilson plays on, goes out wide, looking for Grinter. Grinter got into the back of his opponent. It called play on. A good piece of shepherding that time from Jarrett. Saw Tuck taken out of the way, but in typical Tuck fashion, he comes in, takes possession, gives it to Loveridge, across to Green. Green goes wide. On his own is Wallace, slips over, has time to pick it up, then gives the hand pass back to Eade. Eade steadies, easily runs around his opponent, now puts the ball long, looking for Brereton. Brereton and Campbell, the ball tapped down. DiPierdomenico taps the ball wide. First there is Lyon. Lyon gives a hand pass across to Richards. Richards a hand pass now, and we find Connolly of Melbourne go towards half forward. All Hawthorn, and Abbott takes them up.
So Paul Abbott from centre half back to Tuck. Gee, they're looking good, Hawthorn. Towards centre wing. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with Dippy, whether it's a deodorant problem, but he's on his own and having an absolute field day. To Peter Schwab, who cleverly taps it on to Eade. Can he get down and pick it up? Yes, he can, but he gets tackled at the same time. He's been pinged for holding the ball. Peter Schwab reluctant, but he'll have to give it over to David Allday. Back towards centre wing. Ayres sets himself. He's had a good season too, Gary Ayres. Here's DiPierdomenico again. Scooped back, but it went straight to Stephen Newport. Langford coming out like a steam train, but strangely enough went short on that occasion. Wallace lends support. Tuck is there also. Connolly from Melbourne puts it down to the half-forward line. The only one there is Russell Green, but he might get beaten if he's not careful. No, he won't. Short again. They're mucking around with it out there at the moment, Robert. They've gathered about 40 metres with 15 possessions. Now, can we see a long thumping kick? Yes, to the cheers of the crowd. Down towards Platten. He couldn't take it, nor could Buckenara. Tries to attempt the smother. Stretches on the end of the handball. Stephen Stretch now. Gets clear. Goes up towards the half-forward line, and here's a chance for the Demons, because loose in that forward pocket region is Ricky Jackson. Can he get there? Can he have a shot at goal? And it's off target. A point over. So Jackson adds to the Demons' score. It moves to 3-2, but they still trail by 48 points. Hawthorn are 10-8.
Loose again is Richard Loveridge. Loveridge now has all the time. He touches the ball on the ground. He'll need to do so again. About 35 metres. Puts it forward. Brereton picks the ball up. Can't get it clear. DiPierdomenico diving in there. He's got 3 Melbourne players with him, and umpire Cameron elects to come in and throw the ball up. Brereton doing the ruck work for Hawthorn and getting the big tap forward. Stretch comes out, gets the hand pass in. It's taken there by Lovett. Lovett drives the ball up towards centre wing. Green punches the ball away. Eade leads in the race for the ball, and it runs over the line before either Eade or Bailey could get to it. So a throw-in to take place on centre wing, outer side of the ground. We're 18.5 minutes into the second term here at VFL Park. Melbourne on 20 points, Hawthorn 68.
There and all day out the back it comes. Peter Schwab at the bottom, scooped clear. A chance for Wallace, does it well. And now a chance for Hawthorn to go towards Brereton in front, but well-fisted clear. Waiting down is Campbell, but he's shepherded out. This allows Platten in. Platten's kick in towards full forward. Dunstall comes out. He'll have to go back to Platten. Now, what's he got to kick to? He goes back to half forward, and Peter Curran takes the mark. Thought about going on with it. 52.5 metres out. Oh, take off 15.
That's ridiculous, Sandy.
Oh, I can't work out what it was for, but anyway, it leaves him 38.5 metres.
What did do wrong?
Nothing. Anyway, he's directly in front. Peter Curran has kicked one. That was earlier on in the second term. Here's a chance for Hawthorn's 11th. Drop punt off target. A point. So 1-1 to Peter Curran.
Melbourne not finding goals easy to get, Sandy.
They've kicked 3 while Hawthorn about at 10. Shane Zantuck again, who's done a fair whack of the kicking out. Goes short to Chris Connolly. Do you see value in that?
No, I don't.
It's a centre wing. Schwab, well, he stole it. He absolutely stole it. Gave it to Greg Deere, who finds the goal-kicking sensation of the Hawthorn Social Club for 1986, Rod Lester-Smith.
Young Campbell trying to mark from behind, and it's just, you know, it's just not on, Sandy. You just cannot mark behind anybody.
Is he going to have a shot? He's kicked 4. No, he's not. He'll put it out towards half forward. Oh, and almost a free kick to Dunstall, not paid as Dippy heads towards goal and puts it through anyway. Oh, is Dippy and Domenico having a field day?
Would you check that record and see what the date of Dippy's birthday is, Sandy?
Well, I think there must be a misprint because he's playing like an 18-year-old today. I'm not suggesting that he's old for a moment, but I know that he's not 18.
I also know that he's played a lot of football lately, and you know, he's played in the 9th grand final. He played last week, played in the stateside. He's here again today, and he's really making a lie of the fact that you can play too much football, Sandy.
The 5th of May, 1958 was when Dippy was born. If you're interested, here's the centre bounce. Platten tries to tap it clear once again, taken by Connolly, but slung off the football mercilessly, and he'll be free kicked.
D.P. Domenico's had 15 possessions and about 15 tap-ons, Sandy, which don't come in the possessions, you know.
Right, Connolly to half forward. No one able to pick it up cleanly. Platten looking for the free kick. Didn't come his way, so he's still down there burrowing for it. But look at the number of Hawthorn players that are able to follow the ball on. And there's always one there at the end of the line. In this case, it's Peter Schwab. Saw no one at home, so he said, right, I'll hope for the vacant spaces and put Dermott to work. That's what he does. Brereton persists and the ball goes over the line at the interchange race, and a throw-in to take place. Deere and Alday. Trying to get clear was Lovett. To the half-forward line. They want a goal badly, Melbourne, at the moment. That's one of the understatements of the year. Comes over the top. Jackson gets it clear. Here's an opportunity now as Newport goes wide. Gives it across to Richards, who fires in towards goal and has missed. Another point. They started the quarter at 2 goals, 1. They have moved to 3-3. While Hawthorn have piled on 5 goals, 4. 11-9 plays 3-3. Deere at half-back. The men have done well this year. They were under so much pressure at the start of the season. But in true Hawthorn style and grit, they've said, OK, we'll show you what we can do.
Now, that's not a 15-metre penalty.
Well, I mean, it's bordering on faulty towers. But it's not.
Oh, they give 15 minutes for nothing.
Richards under plenty of pressure. Lester-Smith, was he held? Doesn't matter. He got the hand pass out. Hawthorn clear once again as the hurried kick comes from Peter Schwab down towards the half-forward line. Waiting out in front is Loveridge. Oh, like lightning to Wallace. He got caught and lost it. Incidentally, Loveridge and Platten each had 9 possessions in the first term, so they were reasonably busy. Andrew Dale to the outer side of the ground. Once again, Richards is there to take them.
So Richards breaks around the tackle of D.P. Domenico.
He's probably tired.
Swings it in towards the centre of the ground. Abbott, the player, comes across, missed the mark. Couldn't take advantage of that. The hand pass comes out. Bailey puts the ball forward. Taken by Langford. Langford gets the short kick. Runs past Connolly. Picked up by Buckenara. Swings around.
Got rid of it.
Deere takes it, gives it to Eade. Eade now steadies, swings it across the ground. Tuck coming forward, but Stretch came across in front of Tuck and took the mark. Stephen Stretch, the hand pass. Across now, and we find the ball going forward to Turner. Turner had taken at that time from Dale, and now it's Healy. Healy gives it back to Dale. Dale a hand pass to Jarrett. Jarrett drives it towards centre half forward. Punched away by Swab. Picked up by Newport. Newport hooks it over the shoulder looking for Grinter. Punched away by Langford. Tapped forward by Swab. Tapped again. And now we find Green taking it. Gives the hand pass to Dia. Dia hooks the ball in towards the centre. Curran up. Couldn't take the mark, neither could Dale. Picking it up as Wallace. Wallace drives the ball out towards the half-forward flank. Stephen Stretch leads in the race for the ball. Cannot handle it. Played it like a South Australian. Taken by Brereton. Brereton gets a hand pass back. Over the line it goes. And so we'll find a throw-in to take place.
You can't.
You wrote it.
No one else is allowed to slip over. In these wet wintry conditions, you must not slip. Brereton front spot. Dermott tries to pluck it out, and he does so, but his hand pass goes straight to Jarrett, then to Healy. Buckenara a chance now. Oh, the ball eludes him. It bounces away, but straight to Richard Loveridge, who was held whilst not in possession. He got rid of the football and must be free kick. So Richard Loveridge hasn't goaled to date, but a chance to do so now. 45 metres out. Drop punt on its way. It's sadly offline.
It's a mark.
No, it had gone over, hadn't it?
No.
So Jason Dunstall.
Try and check sides, Andy.
He might have to. Let's see what he does here. I thought that had gone over, but it hadn't. No, he runs round, goes onto the left foot, and it's goal!
It's better than check side, isn't it?
Oh, what a kick! Great kick from Jason Dunstall, his second, and Hawthorn march to their 12th. 12-9, leading Melbourne a pitiful 3-3.
Well, we spoke about our little mate Lou Richards before the game, Sandy, and we're not quite at half-time, and it's about halfway to what Lou suggested.
123 points, I think his prediction was, wasn't it?
It was. And it's 60 points at the moment, 21-81.
He's a hard man.
26 and a half minutes into the second term here at VFL Park.
Centre bounce once again. We're a minute and a half into time on, and Hawthorn looking an outstanding team of footballers. Gary Lyon, a chance for Melbourne, and sensibly long and direct towards the half-forward line. Spoiled by length. He's had wonderful support throughout the season. The players of calibre of Ayres, who's down there at the bottom of the pack now, and I think maybe free kick. Plus 15. Yes, here they go again. Now look at the loose men. There's one. That's Gary Buckenara on the half-back flank. It's a poor kick. You've upset me, Gary. Because Melbourne are going to, I think, get out of this. Healy receiving on that occasion from Brett Lovett, goes towards the half-forward line, taken by Jackson, back to Alan Jarrett, in trouble, back to Jackson again, he goes onto the right foot, pushes it in towards the pocket, Grinter will be the flyer from the side, waiting down was Langford, gets it clear to Loveridge, Loveridge back to Langford, the team works absolutely superb. To Brereton, but a good mark, taken in front of the pack by the little boy from Shepparton and Chris Connolly.
Connolly, son of a former Footscray player. A hand pass over the top from Bailey. Jackson puts it forward, goes after it again, but just couldn't quite recover it. And he had the right idea, but it just didn't quite come up for Ricky Jackson. And so bad luck on that occasion. He had the chance, if he took it, to run into towards the goal. Still a pretty hard one, but nonetheless, we find the tap taken by Wallace. Ayres puts it short, and Di Pierdomenico.
What are Dippy's stats, Kevin O'Neill? 10 and 5, so it's been a fair
11 and 5 now.
Lester Smith, there's another one, and here's probably the best of them all. Richard Loveridge, out comes Jason Dunstall. He's almost into the centre, is Jason at the moment. The car winner from World of Sport. Tuck takes over. Does it well, as though he swings back to half forward. Lester Smith was his target. Curran is there to help him. Lester Smith does the shepherding. He's got a back pedal to Loveridge. He's under pressure. Gets a hurried kick. They're mucking round with it. Over the head of Buckenara it goes, and the Demons should be able to clear. Lyon receives the hand pass on the defensive side of centre. Kicks in towards the pivot. No muck is taken. Out comes the handball back towards Platten and Wallace. It's the latter who takes it across to Loveridge, who's knocked up getting kicks. Loveridge towards Buckenara. 1, 2 grabs. He will steady, and he will goal on the side.
No goal.
Bucky!
bad luck.
No goal. And just had to kick it a little bit quicker, but at half-time, Hawthorn don't exactly look like getting thumped.
Sandy, you think it might have been the Melbourne timekeeper had his hand on the button?
I think it could have been, Robert. 12-9 plays 3-3 on Sevens Big League.
You want to be a real footballer? I've been a real footballer. You've got to look like a real footballer. You've got to go for the mark. The VFL mark. Go for the mark. Go for the mark.
Go for the VFL mark at leading stores. Real footy gear, real footy accessories, real footy supporters gear too, in all club colours and badges. Go for the VFL mark at leading stores.
Into the third quarter here at VFL Park, and it's Hawthorn with a commanding 60-point lead. What can Melbourne do to get back into the game? Let's see from this opening bounce to start the third quarter. Through the arms of Lyon it goes down towards the half-forward line. No one able to pick it up. Schwab is at the bottom of the pack. Dippy Domenico is waiting for it to come out. Grinter goes to ground with the football, and the umpire decides upon a bounce.
Wilson at full forward. Sandy Grinter played there in the first half. Wilson's there now. Turner, and all day hasn't really done that well in the ruck. Early in the year I saw Turner play a magnificent game in the ruck, and I can't understand why he hasn't been thrown on the ball. From the tap, Richards takes it. Just gets the short kick in, taken by All Day. All Day up towards forward area. Wilson gets the hand pass out to Turner, the player I was speaking of, hooks it back towards goal. It's a lovely looking kick. Great goal, Stephen Turner. 2 goals to that player.
Here's Turner kicks his second. He kicked 1 in the first term, and it is Melbourne's 4th. They move to 4-3, 27, trailing Hawthorn 12-9, 81 on Sevens Big League. And Robert, another 7 of those, and they're possibly back in business, if at the same time they can keep Hawthorn scoreless.
You are a genius, Sandy. There's Paul Abbott, Stephen Turner. Brerett's at centre-half back, Sandy. Gary Lyon, who was in the centre, is now at centre-half forward for Melbourne.
Well, they are experimenting with Dermot, aren't they?
They really are.
Here's the centre bounce once again. Won by All Day. Wallace applies the tackle from the middle. All Day tries to get the handball out. It's pushed clear towards centre wing. Socket off the ground. Richards loses his footing. Still gets it wider towards Alan Jarrett. His handball is smothered. Wallace wide. Kennedy on the ground. Had a fresh air shot. Pushed wide towards the boundary line. And it will beat players over the line. So a throw-in to take place at centre wing, members' side. And at the moment, Hawthorn lead 12-9 to Melbourne's 4-3-27.
On the throw-in, All Day in front. Gets the tap towards Connolly. Connolly kick floats forward. Whitman comes over the top. Stretch punches the ball away. Could be a push in the back to Grinter. And that's the way umpire Cameron sees it. Gary Grinter. Rodney Grinter, I should say. It was a Gary Grinter as Wilson takes it, breaks the tackle, walks beautifully. Then the kick goes forward. Brereton punches it away from Tuck. Over the line it goes, and so a throw-in to take place. Forward pocket for Melbourne. It's Dermot Brereton looks at the hand after punching the ball away. Turner gets it. Healy could have been free kicked. Ball play on as Turner kicks it off the ground. I would have given the free kick to Healy of Melbourne. Well within scoring range, only 30 metres out from goal. And we find it with a throw-in. Abbott got the tap, taken by Connolly. Connolly puts it up towards the square. Over the back it comes. Can Wilson get there? No, he cannot. Over the boundary line it goes. And a throw-in to take place right alongside the behind post. Forward pocket for Melbourne. With Melbourne on 27 points. Hawthorn 81. Approaching the 3.5-minute mark of the third term.
There's the throw-in. Tuck tries to tap it forward. Past Brereton it goes. The hurried snap by Healy. Going across the face. In fact, right across the face and out of bounds on the full. Looks like Gary Ayres will bring it back into play. He's had a great season. Towards the 50-metre defensive line, Alan Jarrett in front. Rodney Grinter was behind. However, it's he who picks it up. Through the arms of Jackson, waiting down is Healy. Tried to get it on towards Lyon. Here's a chance. He needs support. Runs into the pocket, and it's Michael Tuck who swings it out to the outer side of the ground where it bounces gently towards the line. Stretch may keep it in. But no. Plenty of pressure. And a throw in to take place. Abbott is 39. That's his number. Tuck applying the tackle. Stretch again. Hooks it round, only to see Gary Ayres take the mark. To the half-back line on the outer side of the ground. Peter Curran the target. Fisted away from him by Andrew Dale. And would you believe, yet another throw-in.
The throw-in to take place 60 metres out from the Melbourne goal. Hawthorn's Deer gets the tap down, picked up by Stretch across to Jarrett. Jarrett's kick off the side of the boot, a real floater. Newport made a desperate attempt to take it. Richards picks it up, breaks the tackle, goes past another tackle, swings onto the left foot, goes goalward. Gary Ayres up, and it's off the hands of both Ayres and Turner and through for 1 point. You could say kicked by Russell Richards.
4-4 is 12-9 on the 7 Sports scoreboard. Ayres again. This time members side and half-back Dermot Brereton. Well, he's an all-rounder. Poor kick, Dermot. Straight down the throat of Brett Lovett. From centre wing, Lovett puts it out wide and goes very, very wide. But it's okay because he finds his teammate there in Steve Turner. Turner's kicked a couple of goals, one in the first and one in the third. His kick is long towards full forward. Wilson used the body beautifully. Got front position from Gary Ayres and will now go short. Well, think about it. He's caught and you pinged. Well, he went straight into it. He wasn't pinged. He gave it to Healy, who immediately put it out of bounds on the full.
Well, he certainly was pinged, Sandy. Foolishly played on there. As one of the real old timers of football has just joined us.
Old, did you say?
Very old. He's 50 years of age. And Graham Arthur. But, you know, as Healy goes goalward and as Healy kicks 1 point, Graham Arthur, Sandy, far too old for you to have watched play. But he really was a great player, Graham Arthur.
I might let you two reminisce at the moment as we watch Gary Ayres again with a prodigious kick back into play. Here go the Hawks machine once again. Russell Green from Abbott. He's got Wallace running. Uses him. Terry Wallace up towards the half-forward line. Lester Smith has the ball flicked away, pushing it towards the boundary line. Sock it off the ground and it will go over the line on the outer side of the ground at centre wing. So a throw in to take place, outer side of the ground with Hawthorn well in command. 12-9 to 4-5. Top goal kicker on the ground is Rod Lester Smith with 4 goals. 3 of those kicked in the first term. Whitman applies the tackle, but he still gets the kick. Russell Green hurriedly towards the right half-forward flank. Bailey is there, but under pressure over the line and another throw-in.
Well, Hawthorn haven't scored so far in this quarter, Sandy. 7.5 minutes have gone, and Melbourne really have applied pressure. Whether or not Hawthorn have relaxed, only time will tell. But Melbourne have really put some pressure on Hawthorn in this quarter. They've come out and really thrown their bodies in there as it's picked up by Loveridge. Loveridge's short kick, picked up by Healy now. A good tackle, not by Healy, but by his teammate. The ball goes forward and a nice mark taken by Gary Lyon. Brereton, Gwinter coming in, number 14. And all Gwinter's doing is extending things a little bit. And it'll probably be a 15-metre penalty anyway. And so back it comes. And Gary, you'll get the ball taken off you if you're not careful.
That was a cop shop audition from Dermot.
Nonetheless, you can still have the ball taken off you as Dale takes the mark and gets a 15-metre penalty. Melbourne at least are putting their bodies in at the moment. And Jarrett now takes the mark. And the 45 metres, he'll kick from about 50 metres, too far for Alan Jarrett.
15.
Now he's probably not too far.
Kennedy running over the mark.
Jarrett, who in the first half went everywhere that Tuck went. Jarrett now. Offline, and 1 point the result, kicked by Alan Jarrett. Alan Jarrett too, like Rod Lester Smith, not known for being a great goal kicker.
No, but a great exponent of the handball, as we've seen on World of Sport over the years. This time Kennedy takes the mark. On the ground as an interchange player. From Wallace back to Kennedy to Loveridge back to Wallace. The hurried kick. Platt. But a little too far underneath the football. Buckenara back looking for Platten again. Good interception, however. Platten applies the tackle and carries on after the football. Stretch now gets clear. Moves away towards the half-forward line. Grinter reads it nicely and takes the mark. Plays on. Oh, it's a shocking kick. And a good mark taken by Adam. This young man has impressed.
He's a great improver. He gets it across now to Ayres. Lovely kick in towards the centre. No mark taken. Robertson on the ground. Couldn't take the mark. No criticism of Robertson because at least Shane Zantuck did apply a lot of pressure. The two number 32, Zantuck of Melbourne, Robertson of Hawthorn.
There's the ball up virtually in the centre. Deere uses the body down to Platt. Oh, like lightning. Away go the Hawks through Robertson to the half-forward line. Lester Smith is this number 5. He steadies, goes with a drop punt, and goal umpire says, yes, it is. 5 goals to Rod Lester Smith. And Hawthorn kicked their first for the term. 13-9 plays 4-6 on Sevens Big League.
I'm sure Rod Lester Smith, Sandy, wouldn't expect this to happen against some of the topper sides.
Good on him.
He's currently probably saying to himself, hey, this'll do me, centre half forward.
Well, that's 17 goals to his career now, after having come into today with 12. So who knows, he may double it.
And one more, Sandy, and he's 50% up in one day.
All day. Tries to get the tap clear, but it's Dipier Domenico. There he is. Caught, and well caught too. Scooped wide towards Whitman. He loses it. The hand pass comes out from Wallace towards Loveridge, but they stack up on it, and another bounce to take place. 31 is Whitman. 59 for the Demons is Andrew Dale, who just hands the ball over. 22 in the foreground, Chris Connolly. Here's the ball up. Deere beaten on that occasion. Lester Smith takes it away, but loses it in the process. Stacks up on it once again, and yet another bounce. Well, ideal conditions here at VFL Park today. Although a little muddy underfoot, it has dried out. Particularly that centre area, Robert, remarkably well.
They've done a pretty good job there, Sandy.
Bounce once again. This time the Hawks win it through Deere. Robertson trying to get away. Both he and Kennedy will be keen to pick up plenty of kicks, plenty of touches, having come onto the ground at half-time.
So it's 4-6-30 to 13-9-87. 12 minutes have gone in the third term. As Loveridge got the hand pass in, Dipier Domenico gives away a free kick, and it'll be Ricky Jackson to take the kick. Jackson puts it towards half forward. Turner comes over the top, and so Stephen Turner goes long, looking for Stretch, and finds that player 45 metres out from goal. I would imagine it's the 50-metre line, so he'll kick from about the 50-metre line. So it'll take a good kick as John Kennedy's on the mark, and Melbourne's Stephen Stretch lines the ball up. He's way off line and just gets it in for 1 point. So Stephen Stretch, former West Torrens. Gary Ayres goes wide. Russell Green, Healy, and I think it might have just got over the line. Yes, it's a free kick. Good play by Healy. He was doing all he could to make sure that Russell Green couldn't touch it. That's what happened. So a free kick because the ball was kicked out of bounds without anybody being touched, with anybody touching it from full back.
That's a mark too. Played to Steve Turner.
Howell agrees with you, Sandy.
So Turner right on the 50-metre line. Now he's kicked 2 goals. Big fella lopes in. It's behind a drop punt, going deep in towards full forward. But, well, what do you say about one of the most improved big men?
Hasn't he made a difference for Hawthorn this year?
Been fantastic. Willow Wilson a little frustrated there, but Greg Deere has been fantastic. So too is this man, Gary Ayres. 2 bounces. He's down to the half-back line, drifted up towards Dippy, who must be getting tired. He's got support from Peter Curran. It may lob at the back for Dippy. Well, it was scooped out the back door, but he wasn't at home. Terry Wallace is. He has support too. Kennedy is there. Goes to ground. Loses it. Platten pushes it wide towards the boundary line. Cleverly scoops it on to Robertson. That was good football. Up towards the half-forward line. Dippy's there on his own. And away he'll go. He's got Lester Smith giving him a lead across that half-forward line. That's the way it hits. He couldn't take the mark. There's a Melbourne player down behind.
He collided with a Melbourne player too, Sandy.
Bailey gives it clear, and Zantuck takes it at half-back.
Campbell it is.
He's in trouble too, and that's a shame because he'd been performing quite well. Zantuck's kick towards centre wing. Brereton up with the one hand. Kennedy caught. Gets pushed over the ball, and Dave Howlett's got no option but to come in and have a backers.
There's Campbell in the hands of the trainers, but I think he's okay, Sandy. He copped a heavy knock from his teammate. But I would imagine, looking at the way Campbell goes about his football, he's got plenty of courage, and I'm sure that he doesn't want to go off. Maybe he should with the interchange system. I don't know why players aren't brought straight off the ground. It's Healy, Di Domenico from the throw-in. All day. And Deere gets the tap. Connolly takes it, drives it back towards half forward, but John Kennedy's in the way, and Kennedy takes an easy mark.
Just on the defensive side of centre wing, he goes short. Peter Schwab, who's on the wing, has time to have a good look. Curran gives him a lead, takes a good mark, 60 metres out from goal. Play on, he can. He does so. Lester Smith, one. No, Loveridge it was. 2 grabs. Couldn't complete the mark. Play goes on. Healy in trouble. Goes to ground. Platten also under pressure. Tries to get the handball out. It goes astray. Taken by Richards. He's just got time to get it clear. The hurried kick by Connolly goes down towards the centre, and a mark taken by Lyon. Well, he's got very little to kick up towards the half-forward line. Jackson is there. He takes the mark in front of Green. Hooks it out towards Stretch, and he takes a good one. Now he can steady here and have a shot. Steve Stretch. Oh, what a shocking kick. 1 point. So another behind on the board. Stretch has contributed 2, both of those, in fact, possibly Melbourne's last 2 behinds. 4-8. Ayres to Schwab. Couldn't take it. Support from Platt. Back to Schwab. Oh, the handball made him proper.
Great play, Jackson.
Yes, he persisted. And they might eventually win out too. In fact, they will. Towards the half-forward line comes the kick from Campbell. Kennedy was there. Brereton. Here they go again. Wallace, who can run through mud like Carl Lewis. Green to Tuck. Dunstall, 45 metres out. Rod Lester Smith. Look at him, he's going to take him too. He's getting goal hungry. Well, he's kicked 5, and who can blame him? What a field day he's having. Let's see what he does. This will be sensational if he can kick this. 6 goals today, and prior to this he's kicked 12 in his life. He's played a fair whack of games too, both here and in Western Australia. Oh, Rodney, straight back to the half-back line. They're behind. What's that, Robert? 5 goals, 1? 5-1. So the first blot of the copybook.
Kick coming in. Free kick going the way of Hawthorn. And so we'll find Colin Robertson. There we can afford to have Colin Robertson and John Kennedy on the bench as Platten goes goalward, straight across the face of goal, and the mark taken there. It was not a pass, Sandy. He was having a shot at goal, and Jason Dunstall. And David Cordner a mark, by Cameron indicating where it is. And Dunstall has kicked 2 goals, 2 out of Hawthorn's 13. As he goes goalward, I think it's 3. And 3 goals it is to Jason Dunstall. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, and 1 in the third. So 14-10, 94 points Hawthorn, Melbourne 4-8-32. As I was saying, Sandy, there's a very happy Hawthorn fans. It's not a bad side when you can have John Kennedy and Colin Robertson on the bench, and playing in your reserves, Chris Mew, Michael Byrne, Ken Judge, just to name 3.
All premiership players. 4-8 plays 14-10. The D's trail by 62 points from the centre bounce. And it hasn't been a high-scoring quarter by any stretch of the imagination. Peter Cameron insisting upon another ball up because that one went absolutely no. A decent old shove goes unnoticed. Healy gets a kick down to the forward line. Lyon takes the mark. Wilson says put it down in front low. But no, he goes long. Abbott at the back to affect the spoil.
I thought that was a free kick to Turner, Sandy.
No. Umpire didn't see it. Peter Cameron. And a point goes on the board to the Demons. 4-9 plays 14-10. Ayres again. Abbott will have support from Brereton, who can do the shepherding work. And he does exactly that. He gets his kick down towards centre wing. Peter Curran first to it. Whitman chips in, picks it up. His hand pass goes straight to Lyon, who goes to Healy, who can run on here. Healy down towards Wilson. And he takes the mark. Showing only a shadow of that Brownlow medal form. "35 metres out. He goes again across the face of goal and 1 point out. Brian Wilson. That was his first contribution for the day. On the scoreboard, 4-10. They trail by 10 goals straight.
So it's Michael Tuck now to put the ball back into play. The Hawthorn skipper changes his mind, swings the ball wide, and finds Peter Swab, who plays on immediately. Swab has a bounce. Not many to kick to. Not any, in fact. Bounces favourably for Lyon. Lyon hooks the ball back. Loveridge up. Over the back it comes. Jackson slip. Kicks the ball off the ground, but it goes towards Tuck. Tuck of Hawthorn hooks it back and finds Swab. Swab will play on immediately. Drives it long. Curran. Oh, almost a great mark to Curran. He brought the ball down. Richards takes it. His kick almost smothered, and the short kick picked up by Brett Bailey. Into the centre it comes. Wallace gets the hand pass out towards Loveridge. Loveridge, a poor kick. Called play on by the umpire, and that was why Melbourne were forced to go on. O'Sullivan took it. Gets it out now towards Jarrett. Jarrett going forward. Straight to the opposition, though. And the big fellow, Deere, takes it. Comes away. Straight onto the chest of Di Pierdomenico. Plays on. Di Pierdomenico.
Oh, Dippy.
Foolish play from Di Pierdomenico, and so the tackle too high, but Brereton breaks the tackle, comes across the ground. That's where Di Pierdomenico was going to go, I think. It's taken by Abbott. Abbott well tackled by Allday. Good play. The loose ball comes back. Allday there underneath, but a lovely tackle by the big fellow. Probably deserved a free kick, Sandy.
Yes, great play on that occasion. Now he'll have to do the ruck work. Virtually in the middle of the ground. We've played 22.5 minutes of this third term. And Hawthorn with an unassailable 60-point lead. Well, there's a perfect bounce. Show you how it's dried out there in that middle area. Deere gets a nice bounce across to Schwab, but he drops it. Jackson back into the centre all day. Gets a poor bounce. Socket off the ground twice by Richard Loveridge. Buckenara has it kicked out of his hands by Brett Lovett. Goes wide towards Stephen Stretch. Hurriedly onto the left foot, he finds Alan Jarrett. Jarrett in the sunshine. Swings play to the half-forward line, but once again, Dermot Brereton puts a halt to that attack. Tuck at half-back. Oh, they're everywhere. Look at them. Tuck has time to steady. Have a look for Platten and pinpoint his chest. Platten through the centre. Slipping at the critical stage was Buckenara. He lost it. But a strong, courageous mark on that occasion taken by John Kennedy. Loveridge now. Hawthorn doing as they like, but just unable to score at the moment. Dippy from the side, pushing it on. Whitman was steaming through, couldn't take it. Lester Smith says, I've kicked 5, I may as well spin this one in towards goal. He does at only 1 point. Rushed through. So, at 24 minutes of play in the third quarter, we find Hawthorn 14-11, leading Melbourne a most disappointing 4 goals 10.
They've only lost 1 point in this quarter, Sandy.
To the half half-back line.
You're treating that with disdain, are you?
I am. It doesn't even bear comment. And Chris Conley over Robert Dippier a minute ago.
Melbourne have kicked 1 goal 7, Sandy, in this quarter.
It's nothing to write home about, is it?
At least they've had 8 scoring shots.
Yes, Brereton. Here they go again. Well, this will be another scoring shot. Robertson. To full. Oh, Dunstall's got it. Plucked it in with the one hand. Now he's booted 3. And a chance to score Hawthorn's 50. He's 25 metres out. Slight angle. But certainly nothing too serious for him. Having said that, he'll probably put it out of bounds on the floor. No doubt. No, he'll goal. He does. 15-11. Hawthorn, Melbourne, 4-10 on 7's big lead.
It's Jason Dunstall, a pretty reliable kick for goal. And has put four goals on the board. And supporters quite casual, as they might be, as the scoreboard does read 101-34. Into time on in the third term. Hawthorn haven't dominated this quarter, but they certainly have dominated the game. A 60-point lead at half-time after being 28 points in front at quarter time. Turner now in the ruck, gets a tap down. The hand pass was smothered. Lester Smith took kick off the ground after Curran got the hand pass in, and so we'll find a bounce to take place on the centre square line on the Hawthorn side of the centre. Dia gets a tap. Tapped on by Buckenara. Oh, does it well. Hooks it over the shoulder. Down towards Cordner and Dunstall. A free kick will go against Dunstall. He got into the back of Cordner. Zantuck racing around the back pocket, hoping for the advantage rule. The umpire was quite right. He had held up play. Cordner goes short. He's got Jarrett. Jarrett's completely clear. Gives the hand pass across to Bailey. Bailey's kicking towards the centre of the ground. At the back of the pack it comes. Kicked off the ground by Grinter. It runs towards half forward. Kicked off the ground again by Lyon. A chance for Ricky Jackson as he picks the ball up. He'll straighten up. Didn't bother to go goalward. Very unselfish play. Puts it into Wilson. Wilson balks, smothered off the boot. Cannot do a thing right. Jackson is dispossessed. It comes towards Grinter. And so Wilson just can't do anything.
Gary is saying to Rodney Grinter, here it is.
Did he take the mark, Sandy, or did he spill the mark?
I think he spilled it. He was spoiled.
Spilt, I think.
Ball up in the Demons forward line. Alday almost gave away the free kick. Lyon gets it out wide towards Bailey. Under pressure. Back to Healy. A hurried left foot snap. It's coming back, but not enough. And through for yet another behind. Greg Healy, 1 goal 2. Out of Melbourne's 4 goals 11. And bear in mind they began this term at 3-3, so they've kicked 1 goal 8. Whereas Hawthorn have added 3 goals too. Dermot Brereton at half-back. Curran just drops into a hole there at centre wing, but he elects to go over the top. Whitman can't take the mark, and eventually it's forced over the line at the 28-minute mark of this third term, with Hawthorn well and truly in control, and despite that, it's still one of the 2 closest games of the day.
On the throw-in, Turner gets the tap. The loose ball comes back to Wallace. An awkward bounce that time for Jarrett. The siren sounds as Zantuck tried to get possession, and at 3/4 time here at VFL Park, we see Melbourne on 4 goals 11, 35 points. Hawthorn 15 goals 11, 101 points.
We go into the final term here at VFL Park with Hawthorn 15-11, 101. Melbourne 4-11, 35. 66 points the margin. What can the Demons do? As Hawthorn work relentlessly towards percentage, and they'll go forward again through Peter Curran right from the centre bounce.
Sandy Roberts just predicted the revival of the century.
What was that? To the half-forward line, waiting down was Platten.
Before we went to air.
Well, needs something. Gee. Sadly, you could fire a 12 gauge here at the moment. Wouldn't be in any danger of hitting anyone. Very disappointing crowd. Overrun on that occasion by Colin Robertson. Rodney Grinters out wide. Back to Healy. Oh, he could run 100 yards, but he elects not to. He says, I'll kick it up towards Wilson, who's beaten by Ayres. His hand pass is partly smothered. Wilson persists. Ayres chips it out eventually to Brereton, who does well to get clear, but straight back to Stephen Stretch, who marks just forward of centre wing. Plays on straight away, gets it across to Andrew Dale. Dale to Connolly. He goes long, in towards full forward. Plenty of pushing and shoving, and will obviously go the way of Hawthorn. Got to go against Steve Turner. Though he's contributed a couple of goals, that was a not-so-subtle push.
So it's Paul Abbott. A hand pass across to Gary Ayres. Ayres goes short, dropping just short of John Kennedy, who on hands and knees goes after it. Kicked off the ground by Newport. Kennedy looking up, indicating it might be a free, but it's a free kick to Melbourne. For what I do not know, Sandy. So, Newport.
Goal.
Great goal. And so Stephen Newport put the ball forward. And as Sandy Roberts predicted, the big revive.
The definition of an optimist. R.J. Skilton. 15-11 plays 5-11. On Sevens Big League, just over 2 minutes played in this final term. Peter Cameron.
Hawthorn have experimented, haven't they, Sandy?
Oh, yes.
Look, you know, Dermot Brereton here, there. And
Rod Lester-Smith. David Howlett puts the ball back into play. Deer to Platten. High to the half-forward line. Whitman. At back. Oh, nicely out to Lester-Smith from Peter Curran. He's going to bring it back over to Curran.
I don't think they've played the advantage rule once today, Sandy.
No, they haven't. But it'll probably give Rod Lester-Smith a chance to drop into that hole down there in the forward line. And who knows, could receive a pass for goal number 6. Dunstall gives him a lead. A dippy, a fraction early, and has given away the free kick. What a first half that man had, Robert.
It's an excellent football as O'Sullivan takes it, puts it wide. A well-placed kick finds Bailey. Bailey from half-back goes short up towards centre wing, runs past Connolly. It's kicked off the ground by Newport. The quick hand pass comes out that time, and from Dale. Bailey comes into lend support, picks it up and goes forward, but straight into the arms of Big Deer, and Winter put him down after he took the mark, so a 15-metre penalty. Deer goes back towards the centre. Up high that time was All Day, couldn't take it. That pass coming out from Di Domenico, kicked off the ground by Connolly of Melbourne. Tuck picks it up, gets the hand pass to Swab, onto Wallace. Hawthorn going forward as Wallace's kick goes there. Kicked off the ground by Buckenara, taken there by Cordner. He was tackled, but he got it towards Richards. Richards gives a hand pass out, and we find Lovett now putting the kick out towards centre wing. Racing after it is Curran, but it beats Peter Curran over the line. So a throw-in to take place midway between centre wing and half-forward flank for Hawthorn, with Hawthorn on 15-11, 101, leading Melbourne 5-11-41.
Just over 4 minutes played in the final term, and Johnny Platten over the line with the football. So another throw-in to take place. Deer from behind, All Day in front. Platten on this occasion has to be the tackler. Wallace tried to get it out. Peter Cameron says no, just a little too late. Called for it back.
Talk about players who've given service, like performance week in, week out, and sheer endeavour by Terry Wallace. You can't help but admire.
Been an ambassador not only to the game but to the club too. Platten again in everything. There he is, Wallace. Caught on that occasion, but he still gets a flick pass out. At least that's what it looked like. Platten applies the tackle. The umpire said illegally. The Demons have some respite. They bring it up towards centre wing. Di Domenico again. Handball out in front. Still picks it up across to Curran. He was looking for Platten. Finds him now. A bounce down that left half forward flank. Dunstall can't chip it up on the half volley, and it will give Bailey an opportunity for Melbourne to clear. Brett's high kick going back towards the half back line. No mark taken by Andrew Dale, and eventually over the line for another throw-in.
The throw-in to take place on the half forward flank for Hawthorn.
A little stalemate there at the moment, Robert, on that outer side.
So not finding it easy to get it out as we find Curran getting the tap down. Kicked off the ground by Melbourne and straight into the arms of Colin Robertson. Robertson with a long hand pass. Brereton messed it up. Lyon takes it, gets a push in the back. Comes out towards Stretch. He gets grabbed by the foot. And Melbourne go forward. This time from the boot of O'Sullivan. It comes back from Hawthorn's swab. Taken by Whitman across to Platten. Platten puts a long kick down. Cordner and Dunstall. Buchanara gives the hand pass to Dunstall. Likewise to Loveridge. Loveridge hooks it over the shoulder down towards the goal square. Bailey takes it. Gives the hand pass out to Dale. Melbourne going out of defence now from the 50-metre line. Dale puts it up towards a wing, and the mark taken by Alan Jarrett.
Jarrett on the half-back line. Flicks it in towards the centre. O'Sullivan, the target. O'Sullivan he finds. With his 13th kick. The half-forward, fisted down by Dermot Brereton, however, has certainly done his job since moving into defence. Stretch, under pressure, loses it. Green, Brereton again, hooking it high, back towards centre wing, getting underneath it and taking the mark is Colin Robertson. Plays straight on to Johnny Platten. Oh, with pace, but he gets caught. Almost leg, but still finds Curran. Across the 50-metre line he goes. Powers one in towards full forward. It's swinging back, but not enough and another point. Well, really, since half-time, Hawthorn, after kicking 12 goals in the first term, have managed only 3, Robert, so the breaks have been fairly and squarely applied.
So they've actually dropped 2 points since half-time, Sandy. They have experimented a little bit with some placements. They've taken players off the ground. I don't know. I hope Langford certainly is not injured, but again, they may be just resting him. Who knows? As we find Ayres held when not in possession of the ball, and so Gary Ayres will take the kick. And since half-time, we've had Brereton at centre-half back. Abbott has gone out to the back pocket. Ayres has played most of the game at full-back, actually, but Langford, who played in the back pocket in the first half, has not been seen since half-time.
And Lester Smith.
Lester Smith, 5 goals at centre-half forward. Platten, a hand pass wide to Green. Green goes long. Cordner in the front positions. Punched down by Dunstall. Tapped on by Whitman. Taken by Lester Smith. Off the side of the boot. It's actually gone backwards. The loose ball picked up by Bailey. Bailey is picked up by Loveridge. His kick goes straight across the face of goal. Could have ran into the open goal, but nobody there to tell him. And so a free kick will be taken down there by Melbourne. And it'll be taken by Dale.
Dale in the back pocket. Swings play out to the half-back flank. Dipier Domenico coming over the top to affect the spoil. Out comes the handball towards Curran. Was he held? Doesn't matter. Play goes on. Loveridge receiving. Steadies this time. Again off target. Another behind. Richard Loveridge. 3 behinds for the day. 15-13 to 5-11. Melbourne can thank their lucky stars that they're not on target at the moment.
So Melbourne did kick 1 goal 8 in that
Correct.
turn, Sandy.
Yeah, quite right. Connolly towards centre wing. That's a nice kick.
He's showing a little bit, I reckon, Dale.
Andrew Dale, yeah. Just on the defensive side of centre wing at the moment.
That kick.
Brera. To the right half forward flank. Lord Loveridge got up on that occasion, but I think they have infringed. And the free kick will go the way of Chris Connolly. Back to Shane Zantuck. Zantuck steadies with a left foot pass straight down the throat of Robertson, who balks nicely, goes long towards full forward. Now Dunstall from behind, puts it out wide for Curran. Dunstall uses the body again. He's a strong boy, and he bottles it up at centre half forward. Thinking of his win this out card. of Sport last week. His performance in the night series, and congratulations to him. He was absolutely delighted. Dippy caught, Curran wide. Loveridge, well, he's had a ton of touches. Here's a left foot snap now. He's been no good with this right. And he's off target again, this time with the left. 4 behinds for the day. Number of kicks. 21 kicks and 8 handballs for Richard Loveridge.
Conditions are reasonable, does Andy?
My word, good day's work. Cullen Jarrett's going to bring it back into play this time. O'Sullivan. Often disguises himself as Shane Zantuck, Owen. There's a stretch. Oh, he's in trouble. He's put the team in trouble. O'Sullivan gets a hurried kick. Brereton underneath it. Waiting down as Brett Lovett hurriedly up towards the half-forward line. He was looking there for Steve Turner, who kicked 2 goals earlier on in the game. Healy across to Grinter. Melbourne go forward. That's a nice-looking pass. Wilson can't quite pick it up on the half volley. It's 2 against 1. He has support coming in now, but so too do the Hawks. And absolute ease, they're able to drift it down towards Brereton. Brereton from the mud patch to the half-forward line, and Lester Smith takes it. Oh, he's enjoying this. Platten's going to drop into half-forward short. He may even elect to go wider to Buckenara. He does. Who plays on, gets clear, fires with a drop punt, and that goes straight through the middle.
It's a typical Buckenara goal, that one, Sandy. He really loves going for them on the run and virtually what you might term hooking them back over the shoulder a little bit. Well, it's great to see Buckenara after that tragic knee injury in the very early stages of the Hawthorn Premiership, and it's great to see him really back in business.
Yes, he's been playing great football of late.
Centre bounce, 110 to 41. 13 minutes have gone. You're watching Sevens Big League from VFL Park. All day gets a tap. Healy put the ball forward, and so Swab dives in there. Jackson's there also, and bounce to take place. Centre half forward as it's thrown up by umpire Cameron. Ayres gets the tap straight up into the air. Comes to Loveridge. Loveridge kicking towards the centre. Nobody there from either side. Curran comes across for Hawthorn. Taps the ball forward. Wallace there. Can't take it. Dale comes in. Curran comes in over the top going, but not before umpire Howell has decided that it's time for a bounce. And I think young Dale, Andrew Dale, got an eye full of mud on that occasion. Curran gets the tap. Healy kicks the ball off the ground for Melbourne. Winter got the hand pass to Wilson. Wilson across to Connolly. Connolly's kick finds Healy, and Greg Healy will have the ball 60 metres out from goal. Healy goes short, a well-placed kick, a nice mark to Stephen Newport. Newport hasn't been anywhere near as impressive today as the when I last saw him, which I think might have been the double-header, Sandy.
This was some time ago, the early round. Saw him.
Good goal. Lovely goal to Stephen Newport. Newport's second goal for this term. His second for the game. And those Melbourne supporters haven't had a lot to be happy about today. At least they're making the most of this opportunity.
63 points the margin. Favouring the Hawks. Go back for the centre bounce once again.
I suppose if John Moore's got anything to be satisfied about Sandy, they did trail by 60 points at half-time.
There's the bounce, and it's a shocking one, particularly for Melbourne as Wallace picks it up, but his kick goes straight to Alan Jarrett. Zantuck. Wide, out towards the half-forward line. Grinter. Onto the left foot, chips it back towards centre half forward, and the mark taken by Ricky Jackson.
Okay.
Oh, it's not either. Loveridge. Kick number 22 or 3 down to Whitman. Look at the players running. That was almost airy-fairy, so eventually Ayres sockers it off the ground. But in the meantime, it's got to come back because it's a Melbourne free kick, and it'll be taken, I think, by Stephen Stretch. No, it won't. It'll be Brett Lovett. Lovett to half forward. Plenty of flyers. Brereton waits down, gets it down towards Whitman, picks it up nicely. Dummies. Was able to have a look down towards the centre of the ground. Lester Smith was his target. Can't find him on this particular occasion. The hurried kick is out of bounds, and out of bounds on the full on that occasion by Andrew Dale. So Gary Buckenara at centre wing to put the Hawks into attack. We've played just over 16 minutes of this final term. Curran, the flyer from behind, fists it down. Lovett was there. So too Whitman. Wallace in over the football. Peter Cameron says, come on boys, no one can get that out. Let's have a bounce. Now, what are they thinking? Right in the middle. Deer almost buffeted off it. And yet another bounce. Crowd today of 10,272. Here at VFL Park, so obviously a lot of them underneath these stands.
Sandy Roberts, the speaker. As we find it picked up by Tuck. Tapped on by Curran. Good play. Likewise, excellent play from Buckenara. And then we find Whitman telling Loveridge to steady. He does so, drives the ball forward. Cordner got rid of his opponent, Dunstall. Deep here, Domenico gets it out to Dunstall. A hand pass to Robertson. Likewise, across to Lester Smith. 6 goals to Rod Lester Smith. And, well, in one day, he's put his goal scoring in the league football from 12 to 18.
And they're delighted. Well, he's almost delighted. Oh, okay, I am delighted. 6 goals to Rod Lester Smith, and the Hawks doing it on the bench. 17-14 to 6-11. And even makes a smile at the moment, Rod. Here's the centre bounce once again. Almost 18 minutes played. From the centre, Bailey, although Deer got the tap down. Ayres, a courageous mark. Straight across to Dermot Brereton. Played on Dermot. And a poor kick. Jarrett can't take it, however. Loveridge can. Onto the left foot, down towards his co-rover Platten. He didn't try and mark it, just tried to tap it over the top. Went a little wide.
The move was there, Sandy. He had Green going past, but just couldn't quite get it over. Great thinking by Platten, but just didn't come off. And we find now Healy putting the ball forward for Melbourne. Kennedy punches the ball over the boundary line. And we'll see a throw-in right in front of the Foster's Lager sign. Centre wing, outer side of the ground. All day. Deer gets the tap. Puts it wide. It's picked up by Wilson of Melbourne. Up towards half forward. It runs past Brereton. Turner tried to tap it on. Jackson comes in. Taps it forward to Lyon. Lyon snaps towards goal. I think he's offline, and so Gary Lyon 1 point on the board.
So that takes the Demons along to 6 goals, 12, 48. Trailing by 68 points. Hawthorn is 17-14, 116. And that is the ease. They're able to bring this ball away. They've converted from fullback almost down to the half-forward line. Superbly picked up by Colin Robertson. Michael Tuck's in the centre half-forward region. He hasn't had a lot to do today. He's just done what he's had to. Down towards full forward. Now, where's 6 goaler Lester Smith? Up there with the one hand. Couldn't take the mark. Goes to ground. No one able to pick it up. Eventually, Dale brings it away, and that was clever play. Stretch slipped as he took the kick. Back with Robertson again. This time he fires deep in towards full forward. Dunstall getting back on it. 2 taps. The mark is not going to be paid, I don't think. No, it is not. And the Demons were able to clear it. And as he took his kick and Curran took the fly, that boy is in trouble behind the play. We'll keep an eye.
Sullivan, I think, Sandy.
As Stretch gets his kick towards centre wing. Grinter, a chance, under pressure, wide to Wilson. Wilson towards centre half forward. No mark taken. No soccer off the ground. It comes towards Big Greg Deer. Back to Dermot Brereton. Over the top he goes to Kennedy. Kennedy clear at centre field. Now Di Domenico. They've got the runners working. Wallace. Schwab's there if need be. Doesn't need him. Floats one in towards Lester Smith at half forward. He can't take the mark. And once again, Richards will clear.
So Richards with a hand pass across to Dale. Andrew Dale's hand pass accepted now by Jarrett. Jarrett swings the ball back into the centre. No mark. Jackson's there for Melbourne. Takes it well. Jackson puts the ball out wide. Newport there, and Newport takes the mark. So Newport, who's kicked 2 goals in this term for Melbourne, he's got Lyon giving him the lead, but chooses to ignore that one. So from 50 metres out, Stephen Newport puts the ball right up towards the square, punched away by the Hawthorn defence, and at that time it was a big Abbott. Abbott puts it over the line, so a throw-in to take place. Going right alongside the behind post, forward pocket for Melbourne. Gwynter up high, took it, but then the kick didn't go anywhere, and so Ayres takes it, gives it across now to Green. Green to Loveridge. Loveridge now drives it long up towards centre wing, and the mark taken by David Allday. Allday of Melbourne swings it across towards the centre. He's got 2 players there, and so the mark taken by Brett Bailey. The hand pass across to O'Sullivan, who looked to be in trouble before. I think he's still in a bit of trouble, but nonetheless gets it across to Greg Healy. Healy goes goalward. Will it be touched? Yes, it does. It comes down towards Ayres, and the pack forming, so I'm sure the umpire will come in and bounce it or throw it up, in whatever he may choose to do in these conditions. And it's 5 metres out as O'Sullivan comes off the ground for Melbourne. He'll be replaced by Tony Campbell. Bounce not in the square, and Dia puts it through for 1 point, 1 rush point to Melbourne. So they go to 7 goals 12, 6 goals 13. The board went the wrong way, and it's Hawthorn 17-14. Robertson, stretch, takes the ball away from Robertson, then overruns it. Robinson's there, over the line it goes before Domenico could try and keep it in play. Campbell was there also, and so a throw-in to take place, centre wing, members' side of the ground. Dia from behind, puts it over the back, but it's only Melbourne there as Wilson gives it across to Bailey. Bailey's kicked towards half forward. Brereton from behind takes the mark. Brereton thought about hand passing, does so now. Ayres gives it on to Kennedy. Kennedy's kicked towards centre wing. Whitman up high, couldn't quite take the mark. It comes back to Buckenara. Buckenara hooks the ball over the shoulder. Lester Smith across the front, but a good mark taken by Richards, who plays on immediately. A well-placed kick finds Healy in the centre of the ground. Healy has time, steadies, puts the long kick forward, but it's all Hawthorn, and Gary Ayres has time to let it bounce, then give the hand pass across. Not good play by Healy. He had the lead from Turner, chose to go towards goal, but it was all Hawthorn down there. Domenico takes it to Kennedy, to Dia. Dia puts the ball on with a hand pass to Buckenara, who hooks it into towards the centre, and Andrew Dale takes the mark for Melbourne. The hand pass accepted from Dale by Stephen Stretch. He goes across the ground, and once again it's Greg Healy to take the mark. Healy, a hand pass on, taken by Brett Lovett. Lovett with a high floating kick, offline, and 1 point the result. Kicked by the former Hawthorn captain of under-19s in Brett Lovett. Melbourne 6 goals 14, 50 points. Hawthorn 17-14, 116. Ayres goes short and finds Buckenara. Buckenara with a hand pass, taken by Russell Green. Up towards centre wing. Robertson from behind. Couldn't get the ball clear, and a pack forms. So we'll find a bounce to take place. We're approaching time on in the final term at VFL Park. You're watching Sevens Big League. It's 50 points Melbourne, 116 points Hawthorn. Allday gets the tap. Tapped on by Jarrett. Picked up by Bailey. Hooked towards half forward. No mark taken. It's all Hawthorn. Gwynter coming in. Ayres picks it up. The hand pass to Wallace, who's told he's got time to steady. Drive the ball forward. Curran up, but a great mark from behind. Taken by, Andrew Dale. So Dale, this is how he could be an up-and-comer. Andrew Dale puts it towards centre wing. Could be a free kick to Peter Swab. And so Swab, another of the very reliable Hawthorn grade. Well, there's 4 Hawthorn players could take it. It's left to Paul Abbott. Abbott gives it on to Tuck, and the Hawthorn skipper coming through the centre. Bounces it, then goes long. It's a nice kick from Tuck. Through it comes, going to be taken there. Hand pass back, great play. Lester Smith, 7 goals. Great play by Dunstall, 7 goals to Rod Lester Smith. No, it's touched, it's hit the point post, has it? Or was it a throw? 1 point anyway, so I'll give it to Rod Lester-Smith. So we'll make it 6 goals too. Maybe it was through before Dunstall got it back, I'm not quite sure. And Dunstall might have taken it over the line. It's on behind play, and I'm sure at this stage of the game that there's nothing much in it. And nothing much is the result. But anyway, it's a point to Hawthorn. So there's 6-14 Melbourne. Hawthorn 17-15. 117 points Hawthorn, 50 points Melbourne. Red Bailey, told by the Melbourne runner, don't get upset at this stage because we're 26.5 minutes into the final term and we trail by 67 points. As Shane Zantuck comes straight up the centre of the ground, finds Campbell. Campbell swings it out towards the wing. Gary Lyon there and takes a nice mark. Lyon been quite impressive today, actually, under the circumstances. 14 kicks, 7 handballs. Played the first half in the centre. Has played this half at centre half forward. And Dermot Brown still not giving anything away except 2 15-metre penalties. Gary Lyon. Torpedo punt kick. Covers a good distance. The loose ball picked up by Turner. The hand pass smothered. Tapped on by Abbott. Finds Platten. Platten running through from half back. Deep here to Minico on his own. Should give the hand pass on now to Whitman. Does exactly that. Whitman slips. Will give it back. Not to Deep here to Minico, but to Platten. Platten goes short, and Curran comes across to take a nice mark. So Peter Curran. Curran goes long down towards the pocket. It bounces in the forward pocket. Over the line it goes. So a throw in to take place. Forward pocket for Hawthorn. Hawthorn on 117 points. Melbourne on 50 points. Approaching the 28-minute mark of the final term. Turner of Melbourne gets the tap. Could easily have been a free kick to Healy. Free kick to Dale, maybe. That's the way it comes out. So, young Andrew Dale has had 11 kicks, 11 handballs from the half-back line, 22 possessions. Not a bad effort, or I must admit, the ball has been down there pretty often. A good effort by young Andrew Dale, though. Deep in a Minico, shepherding, allows Deere to tap the ball on. Terry Wallace, reliable as ever. Wallace in towards full forward, punched away by Cordner. Taken there by Healy, who was offloaded. And there's the siren, and at the final bell, or siren, whatever we do term it these days, it is siren, as we see Hawthorn on 17-15, 117 points. Melbourne 6 goals, 14, 150 points.
You want to be a real footballer? I've been a real footballer. You've got to look like a real footballer. You've got to go for the mark. The VFL mark. Go for the mark. Go for the mark.
Go for the VFL mark at Myer. Real footy Guernseys, real footy shorts, and real supporters wool jumpers in all club colours and badges. Go for the VFL mark at Myer.
Well, prior to today's game, Demon chairman Stuart Spencer said if any team was to be admired both for its on-field and off-field performances, it was Hawthorn, and didn't they show it? The final scoreline telling the story. The Hawks 17-15, 117 to Melbourne 6-14, 50. Rod Lester-Smith, with Alan Jeans experimenting a little, kicking 6 goals. And bearing in mind, prior to today, he'd only booted 12 for his career. What a fine performance it was. Jason Dunstall incidentally contributed 4. Whilst for the Demons, Newport and Turner each booted 2. So the Hawks merrily on top of the VFL standings after round 16, games clear of Sydney and then Carlton. Whilst for Melbourne, well, they've only got one team below them, and that is St Kilda. Can times improve in the weeks ahead? Well, we hope they can for Melbourne, and if they do, we hope that you will be part of that action here on Pro Football.